back to another video. We are live on YouTube. Hello, team. Hope you're all good. Hope you're all good. Oh, it's a big game week. Do you know what? We've not got another game week now for like 3 weeks. It's a bit mad, that. It's a little bit mad, that. Don't know how I feel about that. I think I'm going to miss FPL a lot. So let's hope this week is a green arrow. You want to be ending on a green arrow before an international break. And remember, we've got FA Cup before game week 32, so we don't want to be making too many early moves in the gap, including, of course, hitting that wildcard button. If you do think you're on game week 32 wildcards, sorry, I've not looked in the mirror since I was at Sky this morning, and I took my makeup off, washed my face, and my hair's dried all funny. Obviously, I've got to take my makeup off before I come say hi to you guys, right? Is it me or is it a little bit dark? Is my screen really dark? Don't know. How's my audio coming through? Do let me know in the comments. Audio and picture. Is it all good? And shout out to so many of you watching. Good stuff. Seeing so many familiar faces in the chat. Jason Steele in the England squad. Yeah, he's all about the reason Henderson is there, even though we can't get a game for Brentford. The reason Steele is there, even though we can't get a game for Brighton. The reason Maguire is there, even though he's never going to be a starter, is for personality. It's for leadership. It's to be around camp and be a good egg. There's a lot of players that will travel with England that won't get a look in terms of on the pitch, and they don't want grumpy sulkers. They want personalities, and Tuchel's spoken about that, so he's picking there for that reason. Alex is stressing him out. Yeah, we'll answer all your questions, guys. Stay tuned. Selling hard and allows you to be flexible. Vision and sound, all good. Excellent. Mukiele news. Do have injury news to update you on. Actually, this is from Scout. 4 ruled out. Labrissa is unsure. He said he's going to be a late test on Mukiele and Roofs. Proper not what I wanted to hear. He's been really tight-lipped on Mukiele, so we don't know. Hello, Mr. Rank 457 in the building. Yes, IXG, loving that. My team on screen, I've made 1 transfer. Looking at another transfer, I've got 2. We'll talk about Wildcard 32. Stay tuned for that. Do we think Tarkowski plays? Probably. Yeah. Lots to think about this week, guys. Lots to think about this week. And we don't have long to think about it, right? I'm a little bit unsure on a few, not going to lie. Like, Mukiele starting is such a risk for me. Do I want to go into this game week with 10 men? No. If Mukiele plays, am I going to get much of a return? I don't really expect it. I don't really expect Mukiele to get a return. Like, I don't expect a clean sheet. I don't really expect DEFCON. Playing right back, Mukiele doesn't really get DEFCON. Although up against Barnes, who will get a lot of the ball, maybe there's a chance. But, it feels a risk. Tempted to transfer Mukiele. Do you know what? If I don't transfer out Mukiele, if I am buying a defender, it does strike me as low scoring game week as well, CH. And that's why I was asked this morning about, from a former Premier League player we may have all picked, actually. I was Jay Bothroyd. His team, honestly, he's got 1 free transfer, and he's got something like 8 players not playing with 1 free transfer. He was like, "Shall I free hit?" And I said, No. Let me see your team. And then I looked at it and went, okay, you need to free hit. It's not the best free hit week, though. When we look at the fixtures, where's the upside? Where are the teams that are going to go big? Well, projected goals, Fulham and Newcastle are the top 2. That says a lot, right? So if we think goals are an issue this week, does that mean clean sheets are really likely? Do you go and back a clean sheet for a Fulham and go get Anderson? Do you look at Malik Chow at Newcastle? 42, 39%. This is sort of Arsenal sort of odds most weeks. I do like Anderson. I do like Malik Chow. Hey, there's no Salah. If you want a real upside differential, Frimpong? Could Frimpong tempt anyone? Clean sheet odds are low, but surely goal threat's pretty high. Surely assist threat's pretty high with a Frimpong. Could you look at a Frimpong? The only problem is Frimpong going to be in the team when you need him in 34? Maybe not. Or are you going to be wildcarding next week, so you're just looking for a 1 week punt? If you're looking for a pure 1 week punt, guilt-free, I like Frimpong. I really do. It's one to think about, isn't he? Let's answer some of your questions, guys. By the way, you're massively going to help me out, and you're massively going to boost the algorithm if you hit that like button, but if you subscribe to the channel. So please, guys, if you are new around here, do consider hitting that button. It massively helps me out. And yeah, thank you guys. So many of you watching. Really, really, really appreciate you being with me on your early deadline stream of choice. Soboslai on pens with Salah out. Yes, absolutely. He had one in AFCON and he missed it, but I still think he keeps pens. Gordon or Barnes? Gordon, because he's playing number 9. Brighton Liverpool prediction. Both teams to score looks like a good bet. Everybody seems to be overlooking Hall. Chow just has the better goal threat. Is Frimpong guaranteed to start? With Salah out, yes. Remember, he'll probably play. Gomez is also out, right? He's looking good. Yeah. Thanks, Ross. Very kind of you, mate. Gomez also not fit to start. Fit to feature, but not start. So Frimpong will almost certainly be starting. Either as the right wide forward, and he'll play Soboslai right back, which I'll probably expect. And then he'll play Frimpong on the right, Gakpo on the left, and Wirtz as the 10 behind Ekatike. That'll be the Liverpool front four. Gianni, what do you think of Bowen as a pick? He's fine. I don't hate it for him. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I prefer João Pedro, if I'm honest. All right, I'm getting Frimpong in then. No, look, I'm not saying go do that. But if you're looking just for a 1 week guilt-free punt, Soboslai will go right back and Frimpong will be right wing. I'm with FPL Viking here. Good news about Gomez. Does that mean Kanate will start? Yeah, I think so. But Gomez isn't guaranteed. Gomez isn't ready. Gomez can't start, was Slot's quote. He literally said he could feature, but he's not fit to start. Frimpong's a real tempter. He's a proper Gianni pick. Excuse me. Mukiele, really, really rubbish news on Mukiele, guys. Doesn't look like Mukiele's going to... Well, look, he's far from guaranteed. The quote on Mukiele, he says there's still a chance. It'll be a late assessment. There's still a chance all 4 could play because Ballard, Lafay, Roofs, Mukiele, all doubtful. We'll see tomorrow. It'll be a medical decision. They won't take risks. That's really, really difficult for us to make a call if you own him. If Mukiele is the difference of you getting 10 men or 11 men, it feels like you should probably use one of your free transfers. And I've got a second free transfer. I've got 2 more. I'm going to be making a transfer. Do I want to sell Mukiele or do I want to sell O'Reilly? Look, probably O'Reilly. Probably, I mean, I could just sell Mukiele, but Mukiele in Gameweek 34 is a good fixture and I might be needing him in Gameweek 34. O'Reilly doesn't play in 34. If things go his way with regards to City beating Liverpool. So I'm tempted if I'm making a defender transfer to actually hold Mukiele, which I know sounds mental, but if O'Reilly comes out, let's say I go for, let's just try Frimpong on for size, right? Oh, I can't afford him. No, I can. I can't afford him. I can't afford him because I've sold Rice to Wilson. That's given me loads of money in the bank. So let's just go. If I went Frimpong, I get him for Brighton away. Would I pay Frimpong at home to Fulham? Yes, but the fear with Frimpong is that he's not going to be a starter when Salah's back in the team, right? He's not nailed at right back. When we go through the last few results for Liverpool, and this is important for anyone looking at Frimpong, and I will answer your questions, guys. Galatasaray, he did start, and that was when Salah was fit. He started as the right back, right? You're going to pick Bradley's out for a while. You're going to be picking Frimpong over a Gomez in a game you've got to win. Now, when they played in Turkey, he played Gomez right back and Frimpong came off the bench. So is he first choice? He's in and out at right back. He's sort of like starts 50% of games. Started one of the Galatasaray games, started last weekend in the Premier League. But Bradley is out long term. That Bradley's not expected back for a very long time, like June. He's out. So Frimpong at right back feels good as Liverpool have got like fixtures to chase. Could he play Gomez in Champions League games and play Frimpong in the week? Maybe. So I do like Frimpong as an option. Oh, Paul, you're an absolute legend gifting a membership. Thank you so, so much. I think I'm committing to free hit 33. So going to do Mukiele to Anderson and Semenyo to Wilson, yeah, gives you 11 starters. Fine. Free hit 33 looks great. Wildcard you could then in 35, couldn't you? That might be a strategy that I look at. I've the same issue as you. If McKay doesn't play and you have 10 yet, probably mean if you've got another 3 like me, use the move. With Frimpong, we'll be waiting each week to see if he's starting. Absolutely. But Frimpong might go and do an O'Reilly where he goes and gets 30 points in 2 weeks. O'Reilly had something like a 17 and a 13 in successive weeks. And Frimpong is one of the very few defenders in the game that has that potential. He really, really does. Oh, Paul, yeah, please do like the stream. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, mate. Honestly, Frimpong is a real tempter. Let me just go through the last few games. I was doing that. So, look, Liverpool 4, Galatasaray 0. He started. That was a must-win game. Tottenham last weekend, he played Szoboszlai right back, Frimpong on the right wing. He dropped Salah out. So that's what I think will happen against Brighton. Before that, they played, Wolves in the FA Cup. That was where they rotated quite highly. Frimpong didn't start. But then they played Wolves in the Premier League. Before that, Frimpong did start. It's going to be about 50% of games. Now, what do you need him for? If Salah's out longer, like if it was out 32, Frimpong would start. Your team is looking strong, G. You just have to transfer Mukiele or O'Reilly out. Yeah, that's my plan. But who do I go for? Do I go for a really high upside like a Frimpong? Or do I go boring and go for an Anderson? Tempting, isn't it? Let me look at the Liverpool fixtures, because obviously Champions League matters. So Game Week 32 is a really good fixture. So Liverpool fixtures now. It's Man City in the FA Cup quarter-final after Brighton. And then 4 days later, it's PSG. So he's going to start one of those games. I think away in Paris, he'll play Gomez right back. So Game Week 32, which comes on the 11th of April, 3 days after their trip to Paris, I think against Fulham, you're good for a right back slot. Home at Anfield, Liverpool, Fulham, pretty sure Frimpong starts that 32. I'd be pretty confident. 33 is going to be the double game week anyway. Don't worry about it. And then 34, which is the blank, Crystal Palace at home. However, if Liverpool beat Man City in the FA Cup, it will be Liverpool that double in 33. And I could be selling O'Reilly, remember? And it will be Man City that have a fixture in 34, not Liverpool. Imagine if I'm on that strategy and I end up selling O'Reilly, who isn't starting now in 34, and Frimpong that isn't starting and O'Reilly that is. Is it just safer to go Anderson? But if that scenario happened, I would probably be on wildcard 32. And if I was on wildcard 32, doesn't matter if Frimpong, I haven't got to think about that. Honestly, I'm really tempted. Gordon or Szoboszlai? Gordon for me. If I'm ranking the midfielders to buy this week, Wilson 1, Gordon 2, Szoboszlai 3. Bring in Chow for O'Reilly and bench Alderete, just play Alderete and roll. Probably bench Alderete and roll. That's what I was planning on doing with Mukiele. But unlike Mukiele, Alderete is actually fit and guaranteed to start. He's also got a better DEFCON threat. Against Galatasaray, Frimpong gets a haul. Big upside player. Against Gala. You already played Gala. Frimpong's shallow replacement is good. Don't even know. Quack, rubber duckies in the house. Latest on Mukiele is we've not been told. We've been told it's going to go down to the wire. It's going to be a late fitness test. Doesn't sound great, does it? I'm looking for Sunderland training pictures. Can anybody find Sunderland training pictures? Let's see if they've put any on their website. Let's see, because training pictures would help us. If I see like he's in full train, I mean, I think he's trained all week. Mark says, Timber for Anderson. Yes. Isidore for João Pedro. Yes. 1 week punt, no bench return it is. All great, Mark. I like Frimpong as a 1 week punt. Gonna say it. G, what's your opinion on Palmer captain as a Chelsea fan? He's just not the same Cole Palmer this season, dude. He's not that right all season. I genuinely think Enzo's the better number 10 at the minute. And I know he's not playing as a 10. He's playing sort of on the right inverted. Palmer's fine on any given day. He can go big because he's a talented footballer. But this is not the Cole Palmer of last year. and that injury's clearly bothered him. I personally wouldn't go there, but I prefer Wilson if I want to go differential. I'm still thinking Wilson is a captaincy option. Haaland to JP, yeah, don't mind it. I'd love your extensive thoughts on Josh King playing. Look, could play, but there's no guarantee. Played last week. Smith Rowe's flagged. Wirtz or Soboslai? Soboslai for me. No, I'm going to say Wirtz because Soboslai's going to play right back. Even though he's on pens, I'm going to say Wirtz. So O'Reilly or Chow using one free transfer. Oh, to Chow using one free transfer. Benching McGay to roll to have 2 free. Yeah, that's what I said. I'd be making that move, Oliver. I think so. I'm going to be selling O'Reilly. I think. I just don't know who to. And the reason I'm going to be selling O'Reilly is in game week 32. I'm happy with him. He's not guaranteed to start anyway against Chelsea. Remember, O'Reilly was benched for the big game against Real Madrid. Game week 33, I'm probably free hitting if he has a double. And game week 34, he probably doesn't have a fixture away at Burnley. Now, of course, we could get stung and Liverpool could beat City in the FA Cup. And if they do beat City in the FA Cup, is Man City actually have a fixture then? Man City would actually play in 25, in 34, sorry. But Man City are at home to Liverpool in the FA Cup, and home advantage matters, and Man City are favourites. God, the news on Mukiele. Yes, there is news. Wow, I've never been asked it. I didn't realise it was quite such big news. Yeah, Mukiele is doubtful, and it's going to go. The manager has said it's going to go down to a late test. Yeah. Any news on Tarkowski? Yeah, there's a lot of questions on Tarkowski. What's come out of the Everton press conference? I don't know. Moyes hopeful. So he said he hopes he's available. Best O'Reilly replacement: Anderson, Chow, Frimpong are the 3 I'd consider. Ballard, same as Mukiele, late test. Doesn't really help us. Hall or Chow? I'd say Chow for goal threat. Chow for goal threat, just about, guys. Oh, God. I mean, I'm just looking at my team. Game week 34 comes round. Would Frimpong start in 34, maybe? See Anderson as a fixture. Let me just set projected fixture. I'm just looking forward. Don't really want to sell Mukiele because in 34, Mukiele is a fixture. And it's a good fixture, Forest at home. Like, very happy playing in Forest at home. In 32, he's got Tottenham at home. Again, good fixture for Sunderland. I'm tempted to try and keep Mukiele and actually get rid of O'Reilly if I'm selling a defender this week. I do need to make a defender transfer. I'm not going to... I quite like having Mukiele on the bench as well. Like, as in just in case. Freddie's got Mukiele on the bench. Like, just in case there's out of nowhere, one of my players is benched. If needed a defender, I'd get Chow. The problem with Chow, Freddie, is he doesn't have a fixture in 34. I also prefer Chow to Anderson this week, but there is every chance I wildcard in 35. And if I wildcard in 35, I need 34 players because it will be a large double. It will be a large blank game week. And in 34, it's likely Chow doesn't have a fixture, and it's likely Anderson does. And Anderson's fixture's fine, at home to Aston Villa. I'm going to roll and play the 11 I have, Captain Bruno. I like that, Paul. I think it's the right decision, mate, for you. Any news on Salah? Salah is out. Salah is out. Guys, I'm going to read you the quote on a few key players because there's a lot asking about Tarkowski, Salah, and Mukiele. I'm going to give you the exact quotes, okay? So, quote, first of all, and I'm going to put this on the strap because we're getting so many questions. I didn't realize it was quite such a big one in terms of interest in those players. So, Salah is definitely not available. Injury update. So, Salah is out. The big 4 at Sunderland, remember? Are uncertain. So the quote... Madueke, Rose, Ballard, and Enzo Lefebvre. The quote was, for the others, we'll have a late assessment because they are working hard behind the scenes to get ready for this fixture. It's really important for us, but it might be a pure medical decision. We won't take any unnecessary risks. Some of them will start, some of them won't. We just don't know because we have 7 games after this one and an international break to manage the last parts of rehab if necessary. We'll have a late assessment. A late assessment. I don't think we can risk starts there. I think make sure you've got 11 out. And if you've got a Sunderland player like Mukiele, like me, that you're relying on, probably make the transfer. Don't have to sell him, remember. Tarkowski, the quote on Tarkowski was, both hopefully will be in and around the squad tomorrow. In and around his matchday squad. It doesn't really help us, does it? In and around the squad. I think Tarkowski, because of the way he is, probably plays. Like, right. Bottom of the screen injury update. There we go. Guys, if you're just joining, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to answer some quick fire questions now. Big decisions on my team. I've made one transfer. Rice has left the building. Harry Wilson has come in. I'm going to make a second transfer on a defender. I'm either selling Mukiele or I'm selling O'Reilly and benching Mukiele. I'm still torn between buying Frimpong and Anderson. I don't think I'm going to be buying Malik Chow, though, guys. Malik Chow is not coming in for me this week, even though I think he's great, because I'm still undecided on my wildcard plans and I want to be flexible. If I bring in just Newcastle players, I feel like I'm going to be very restricted on wildcard 32. I'm still open to free hit 33 and wildcard 35. Thank you all for joining in your questions. I'm going to answer as many as I can. Channel members, as always, will get priority. Appreciate you guys voting in the poll. I have got a poll up on captaincy. Many of you are going Bruno, and I completely get it. There is still a part of me that is considering Wilson, but as things stand, I am also on Bruno. Guys, thank you all, by the way, for liking. It really boosts the algorithm if you do that. It also boosts the algorithm and it helps me out if you hit that subscribe button today. I know there's about 100 of you watching that aren't subbed. Completely cool. But if I can convince you to hit that button, you'll see more of my videos. The YouTube algorithm will show you more. That helps me out. So hit the subscribe button if you're new around here. And if you're a first timer, you got to hit subscribe and then you can say hello in the chat. Come say hi in the chat, ask your question, let me know you're a chat virgin, and I will get back to you. So let's get cracking, shall we? Let's go quick fire. Thank you to our mod CH in the building, Paul's in the building, loads of our channel members are in. Appreciate you all, as always. So Heather says, I've both Tarkowski and Mukiele. What to do? Look, one of them will start. I think you're fine, Heather. I'd keep it. Very likely one of them starts, right? Be a glass half full. Would you take out Dango for Wilson? No, I'd probably just keep Dango and save the transfer. Hey, man, bench one of DCL and Burmo, Dango, Rogers, or Thiago. That's tough. Probably bench Dango, just one of my Brentford attack. Invest in Fulham or Newcastle. I'm going to say Fulham just to edge it with better flexibility long term. Barnes thoughts I like. I just prefer Gordon. I do like Barnes. I think Barnes is a good option. I really do. Chow or Hall? Chow's got the better underlying numbers in terms of goal threat. Any update on Mukiele? See the bottom of the screen. Should I do Rice to Gordon to cover him? Yeah, maybe. I think I would cover Mukiele. I would not bank on a start. There is a late fitness test on Mukiele, guys. That doesn't sound great. Like, it's probably 50-50 at this point. Does Mukiele start? Gertruda does well at right back when he comes in. How about Vandenberg? Yeah, he's fine. Not for me, though. Haaland, Richards, Tajao, Pedro, and Bassi. I like those moves. Thoughts on Gibbs White? Don't love Forest at the minute, especially after a long midweek game that went to pens. Van Heck is fine. I don't mind Van Heck. We've got a chat virgin. Rayan transfer to Wilson. Probably. Rayan's been a huge disappointment for me. Start Morgan Gibbs White or Sharda? Probably Sharda. Which option do you prefer long term? DCL and Iwobi or Richarlison? Oh, I think I prefer DCL Wobie. Mukiele, would you do Chow, Anderson? Yeah, we won free transfer. I think I'm going to go Anderson over Chow. Just Cash or Hall? Hall. Loving these questions. Cunha or Soboslai for wildcard 31-30? Cunha. How's the Everton-Chelsea game going? Oh, I think Chelsea win just. Everton aren't great at home, are they? One good thing we know about Chelsea is they'll always create chances under Rosinha. And boy, do they get chances. Like, they're a very attacking team. They do concede them, though, don't they? Chalobah replacements. Chow long term? Yeah, it depends if you need to play him in 34. Just know Chow could have a blank in 34. Guys, I spoke to you earlier about Frimpong. I really think Frimpong's a really high upside fun differential this week. I do not dislike the Frimpong idea, and I know that many will hate it. He's not nailed. You will be sweating on some team sheets, but you will start this week. I think he plays 32 as well. Oh, I really like the Frimpong shout. Oh, some Tottenham news. Vicario's injured, so it looks like Kinski is going to be back in. Wow. Remember Kinski against Atletico Madrid, guys? Wow, that's going to be a nervy first half an hour for him, isn't it? Just consider the opponents of Spurs each week, knowing that's the case. Kinski probably coming in to start. Wow. That's big news, actually. So, who'd they play? Spurs. Yeah, Forest. It makes you want Gibbs White now, doesn't it? Sell Rodgers or Rayan for Wilson. I've got both those duds. Probably sell Rodgers. I think I'm going to keep Mukiele, guys, but I think I'll bench him. I think I'm going to be selling O'Reilly, which I really don't want to do. Oh, do you know what? Maybe I just sell Mukiele. It's just, do I want Mukiele in 34 and 32? I quite like Mukiele in 32, but then obviously O'Reilly comes with really big upside. If there's a chance the City double game week now can't happen in 32. That was a reason to keep O'Reilly. City's double game week has to drop into 33 or 35 or 36. Is that Crystal Palace rearranged fixture? What happens if City lose to Liverpool? Could be in a world where they get consecutive double game weeks. If City lose to Liverpool, they'll probably double in 35. If City lose to Liverpool. But they are tipped to beat Liverpool. And with that in mind, City will just have a single fixture. It's Burnley in game week 34, isn't it? If Liverpool... if Liverpool play in 30... If Man City lose to Liverpool, City play Burnley in 34, and selling O'Reilly, knowing I might need him in 34 for Burnley, there's just no guarantee he starts, is there? Just knowing he didn't start the Real Madrid game was quite telling. I can't sell Gabriel. I can sell Mukiele. But again, I quite want to play Mukiele in 32. If I don't play Mukiele in 32... I do have Maguire against Leeds, though, to be fair. I do have good bench options. Mukiele is Tottenham at home, though. It's a really good fixture for him in 32, isn't it? Yeah. What do we think, guys? What's your verdict on Spurs? Are Spurs going to turn it around? They're going to actually start winning games? Mukiele now yellow flagged, not orange. Yeah, the update's at the bottom of the screen, right there. It's a late assessment for Mukiele. Vicario have surgery after the Forest game. Wow, yeah. Kinski, up your step, boy. It's big, isn't it? I've really got to consider what I do with my defender slots here, guys. Do I sell Mukiele or do I sell O'Reilly? And who am I buying? Is it Anderson or Frimpong? I'm so tempted on Frimpong in 32. I really do expect him to play the 32 game because it's days after the PSG game. Liverpool fixtures. Let's have a look. Frimpong has been playing about 50% of games. Oh, it's tough. Do you know what? We could do a poll on defenders. Let's do that. 65% of you are captaining Bruno, 19% on Wilson. Gosh, I'm still... All part of me is like, should I just back Bournemouth are better at home? Should I just back him, Wilson? But I went against Bruno last week and it was horrible. Only pick one defender this week. Who are you picking this week, guys? Is it Chow? Is it Anderson? Or is it Frimpong? That, please comment. Honestly, I'm so tempted on like the upside of a Frimpong. I've already got Van Dijk as well. Not that that's a matter. Like, you just got to look at players in isolation. In isolation, like, is he a good pick? Thank you so much. Frankfurt, Germany. Really appreciate you. Hi, mate. I've one free transfer. Would getting in Wilson for any of these make sense? Would you sell Wilson for Bruno? No. Rodgers, yes. Yes, Rodgers has been such a disappointment. Honestly, yes. Have 11 otherwise. Wildcard not used. I think I'd go Wilson in, Rodgers out. The other option is you roll. I wouldn't be selling any of the others. Tavernier if you had to, but no, you're really well set. You don't have to have Wilson this week, guys. Don't get FOMO on Wilson. If you think he's a great pick, do it. But with a free transfer, I know Rodgers on paper is a good fixture. Rodgers has been so bad. I'm not expecting much. I'd happily sell Rodgers to Wilson. Bassey, not a shout. Anderson's better for Defcon, Ross. And he's not quite the goal threat, but he's way better for Defcon. Way better. Chow and Porro for me. Wow, Porro. Interesting. Do get voting. At the moment, you really like Chow over Anderson. It's quite tight. No one likes the Frimpong love. Oh, come on, guys. Salah's out. Frimpong's going to be playing right wing. Right wing. I'm just gonna consider Frimpong really, really heavily now. I really think that's a fun option. Sobosai's going to play right back. He's such a me punt, that, which is often like careless. I'm not saying it's a good punt. I'm saying it's a Janny punt. Frimpong feels like a Janny punt. I did it with O'Reilly. I did it and a hit, but I did it with Elliott, Harvey Elliott. Remember that? What a nightmare transfer that was for me. What a nightmare that was. But sometimes you've just got to back your instincts, haven't you? And have fun with FPL. And Frimpong, wow, I mean, that is a sexy move. It's fun. It's fun and it's sexy. And I kind of love it. Am I going to be sweating on team sheets? Yes. I really am. Am I okay with that? I think so. It's kind of how I manage. I often have to sweat on team sheets. I don't pick guaranteed minutes players all the time. I'm just going to show you the Liverpool fixtures. I'm just grabbing them. We can go through them. All right, these are the Liverpool fixtures, guys. For those that might be a little bit tempted on Frimpong, let's just go through them. So, bearing in mind, against Galatasaray, he started at home. He didn't start away. He started against Spurs in the cup. He's starting around 50%. At the moment, Bradley's out till June. Gomez is an option at right back. Gomez isn't fit to play. Szoboszlai will play right back, right? Ideally, when everyone's fit, Szoboszlai is not going to be playing right back, you would think. So Frimpong has two routes to the team, right back or at right wing. When Salah is out, it's Frimpong that starts. When Salah, remember that. So Salah is confirmed out and Gomez is out, not fit to start. But Frimpong is going to start on the right-hand side versus Brighton. Now, it is, unfortunately, a tough trip for Liverpool. Going to Brighton's not easy. Then they play Man City in the FA Cup. Now, I'm not sure if Liverpool even like... I've got no idea, quite frankly, who wins that game. If Liverpool win, that fixture against Palace, which is game week 34, will be a blank game week for Frimpong. Not ideal, right? Not ideal. But before that, they get Fulham at home. Now, Fulham at home for Liverpool at Anfield is a good fixture, and it comes after their trip to Paris. Now, who's going to start in Paris? Tough away trip, just like going to Galatasaray was tough. We started Gomez at right back. He'll start Gomez at right back at PSG. I very much expect that against Kvaratskhelia. Therefore, you fully expect Frimpong to play versus Fulham. Game week 33 versus Everton, don't care. I've either used a wild card by then or I'm on free hit. And then game week 34 versus Palace. Possibly I can cover him anyway. Because I'll be selling O'Reilly. I'll be selling O'Reilly. And one of them would have a fixture. O'Reilly or Frimpong would have a fixture. I could sell Mukiele. Oh my God. What do you guys think I should do? Let me just see if I've got money to even sell Mukiele to Frimpong. No, 5 point. Oh my God, I've got exact funds. I actually can't believe that. It's 5.7 for Frimpong. I'm selling Mukiele for 4.2. I've got exact funds. That is freakish. Oh my God. Gianni, what have you done? I'm going to have defense with Frimpong and O'Reilly. Oh my God. That is hilarious. All right, let me just see how that plays out. Oh God. I'm going to get to your questions in a minute, guys. I know this is self-indulgent, but I'm guessing it's useful to know what moves I might be making this week. And I've already made one, of course, Wilson in. All right, so game week 32, I'd start Frimpong. Would I start O'Reilly? I don't know. Whatever. Probably start maybe O'Reilly. Don't know yet. Don't have to think about game week 32 just yet if I'm not on wildcard. When game week 34 comes around, though, I would have a guarantee that O'Reilly or Frimpong, one of them has a team that's playing because they play each other in the FA Cup. So I'd have one of them playing. That does get me 11. It's a sign. Exact funds do it. It's a sign. Here we go. Yeah, Jimenez will start, I think. Frimpong, don't do it, Gianni. People told me not to do Nico O'Reilly. He got 30 points over 2 game weeks not that long ago. Huge. Changed my season. Does feel silly though, doesn't it? Bench or sell Timber? Probably sell. If you got Gabriel as well, maybe sell. Wow, it's quite a close call between Chow and Anderson. I'm very much tempted to go Frimpong. I need talking out of it. I need talking out of the Frimpong pint. He starts versus Brighton in the Salah role. Probably starts 32 versus, is it Fulham at Anfield? Oh my god! Could I? All week I've been looking at Anderson or Chow. Some I've convinced. It's just at this point in the season, guys. This point in the season where you want to go for a differential, you want to go against your mini league rivals, you want to go for a real high upside pick. Sure, Chow and Anderson are brilliant. They can get 10 pointers quite easily, right? They've got a bit of goal threat, especially Chow. You've got Defcon, you've got bonus, all of that jazz. But it still feels like Frimpong's more fun. Does Frimpong ever get 90 and does he ever get Defcon? Let's have a look. Okay, 63, 71, 13. I don't mind my defenders getting 63 and 71 minutes. There is every chance they get hooked before they lose the clean sheet wipeout, as he did against Tottenham. Liverpool concede late on and Frimpong gets the clean sheet banked. Has to be noted that late in a game you bring on Gomez. He's had 90 a couple of times, and in the 2 games he got 90 in 21 and 22. You're not going to believe this. Is Defcon. How many, right, quiz question in the chat. No cheating. He played 90 minutes in game weeks 21 and 22 against Burnley and Arsenal. How many defensive actions did he get across the 2 games combined? How many defensive actions? Remember, you need 10 to get Defcon as a defender. How many defensive actions did he get 10 over 2 games? How many defensive actions did he get over 180 minutes of football? Frimpong. Just put a number in the chat. 8 and 6. So 8 and 6 would be 14 total. Vissa says 6 total, 7 total, 18, 9 and 9. Keep your guesses coming in, guys. I will give you the answer in 30 seconds. No cheating now. Come on, no cheating. How many defensive actions did Frimpong get in 180 minutes of football? 69, not quite CH. 4, 3, 15. Okay. Frimpong, in 180 minutes of football playing either right wing or right back, I can't see where he played in those 2 games. Frimpong hit a whopping, wait for it, against Burnley and Arsenal, 180 minutes. Wasn't 6. It was worse. Honestly, you're not going to believe this. He got 1 defensive action in 180 minutes. You're certainly not buying Frimpong for Defcon. Look, I never thought he was going to be a guy that ever got Defcon. I really didn't. He's not that player. If you watch Liverpool, you see it. He can't defend and he's not ready. But wow, he doesn't do any defending. That is why, ladies and gents, Slot doesn't want to play him right back. He only plays him right back when it's a good home fixture. He's a backup to Salah because he can't be trusted defensively and he's not very good defensively. Do you think Frimpong's going to play right back in Paris? You trust him with that? No. But what does that mean? It means he probably does against Fulham at Anfield. Game week 32, we're probably buying him. Sorry, we're probably starting him. And look, don't let his Defcon put you off. You were never expecting me to tell you he's got Defcon, right? You didn't expect me to say that. He'd ever actually got it. His highest Defcon this season in a game is 3. He got 3 against Tottenham. And then attacking involvement. I talk about it like he passes the eye test and all that. He hasn't scored this season. Great goal scoring record before he came to Liverpool. He does get assists though, every now and then. He's 5 assists this season. He's not had a huge amount of minutes. He really hasn't. He's only played 685 minutes. That's really low. We forget Frimpong was out from like game week 2 all the way through to game week 16. Frimpong has missed a huge amount of football. Jones is an option at right back, worth noting. Thank you, Freddie. And he did get some minutes at right back for Frimpong. I think, again, that was like the impact sub off the bench. Afternoon, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. 575 of you watching. Really appreciate it. I think Soberside Liverpool's best right back. Yep, I'd agree with that, Freddie. I'd agree with that. Also, it's worth noting Brighton are quite good. Brighton are quite good. Like, who knows if Liverpool even win? Do we think Liverpool beat Brighton? What's your score predictions, guys, for Brighton Liverpool? Because honestly, if it's something like I would probably like hazard a guess at a 1-1, you're like, why would you buy Frimpong then? But I do think there's every chance it's a 2-1 victory. It's a 2-1 victory to Liverpool, and Liverpool edge it. And if I'm probably putting a bet on, I'm probably betting more on this result. Yeah. 2-2. So it's Anderson, isn't it, for me? Be Anderson, I think, if it's not Frimpong. So look, the option would be, because I've got exact funds, it'd be Mukiele out for Frimpong. Why not? Like, that feels quite fun. But if that happens, I've got O'Reilly or Frimpong playing in 34. Remember, one of them will have a fixture. However, the other option is I sell... Yeah, probably Mukiele to Anderson. I do quite like the idea of playing Mukiele versus Spurs, though, not going to lie. That does appeal very much. Would you rather play Mukiele versus Spurs or O'Reilly versus Chelsea? Probably Mukiele versus Spurs. Yeah. Yeah, James Justin's a good pick. Stack. Sell Lefay to Stack. I hope he plays. Lefay is exactly the same as Mukiele. It's such a 50-50. I'd probably punt on Stack, you know. Just got called up for Germany this morning, Stack. Massive. He's been so good. Rand Casemiro, I don't hate. Would you go Robinson at Fulham? Yeah, possibly. I prefer Anderson by some distance, or Bassey. What do you think? Sell Haaland to Ekitike? Upgrade Giu, mate. Yeah, low scoring game, nevertheless. Don't know how I feel about Frimpong now. I honestly, the DEFCON hasn't swung it for me, but his minutes aren't great, are they? What if he gets a 59-minute sub? That could easily happen too. It does feel risky. Does feel risky. I can't believe people are doubting Frimpong not starting tomorrow, though. Like, Salah's out. Gomez can't start. I'd be shocked if he didn't start. But, of course, it's risky. Captain XTK Sobosai Palmer. Wow. Sobosai's going to be on pens now, isn't he? I'd probably still go Palmer over the Liverpool boys for captaincy, you know. No, Rio plays on the left when he plays. Play right wing. Yeah, absolutely play right wing. I've just had tweet comments being like, no guarantee he starts. And like, it kind of is. Oh, come on, Mackham. What was your... Do you fancy putting it in here so everyone can read it? Or maybe I can find it on the WhatsApp. Mackham is our... Okay, this is what Mackham says. I've got it, Mackham. Don't you worry. This is what Mackham says. Our resident Sunderland fan. This is what he says on the injuries. This is what Mackham says. It's a tough one. He hasn't risked anyone this season with niggles. I'm selling Michele as I will only have 10 if he doesn't play. I'm fairly confident we'll only risk one of that group. Yeah. He does mention in the same quote, Mackham, that we can use the international break to continue the recovery of the players that are nursing injuries or that have been on that journey. I think that makes sense what you say, Mackham. Really do. I don't think we can bank on it. I've since you've replied to me, as those watching will tell you, I have confirmed I am making a transfer. I'm not going to guarantee it that Mukiele starts. I'm just too risky. I also don't think Mukiele, if he plays, gets points. Sorry, Mackham, to say this, but I think Newcastle are very strong favourites with the home advantage. Ekatike, no, I think he'll start. I said that last week, and apologies to those that heard me last week and captained Ekatike because of me. I was very confident of the start. I said I'd eat my hat if he didn't, and I was so wrong. I hold my hands up. Apologies. But yes, I do think he starts this week again. Guys, thank you all for it. 600 of you tuning in. That is awesome. I would love it if you can support the channel, guys. You massively do support the channel when you hit the buttons. So please do subscribe if you're new around here. And if you are a newbie, do get your questions in and let me know you're a first timer. Are you subbed to the channel? I'm just going to ask the chat. Let me know how many I'm speaking to. But I think it's about 15%. There's like almost 100 of you that aren't subbed. Right. Quick fire questions. Hat eating stream. I'm sorry. Best Salah replacement. Probably Palmer, but I wouldn't captain him. Do you think Szoboszlai will take corners from both sides? It will definitely take one side. Maybe not both. They're like the outswingers to Van Dijk, don't they? It will take pens, though. How highly owned is Mukiele? Honestly, I was gobsmacked. It's those questions that made me put down in the bottom the injury status. So along the bottom of the screen, there is an update on... Guess questions in. Best captains for me are Wilson or Bruno. Guys, I've barely even spoken about captaincy. I'll probably end up on Bruno, but I am tempted. And Mikasa was taking them from one side against Gala. There you go. Third timer, play Maguire or use free transfer. Play Maguire. Maguire's fine this week. 2 free transfers. Rice, Szoboszlai, Haaland, Thiago, or Mukiele to Chow. Look, I think Chow's a good pick. I think Szoboszlai and Thiago are good picks. I don't think Thiago's great versus Leeds away. I think Leeds are good at home. Sell O'Reilly for Chow or a Fulham defender. I'm going Fulham defender just. I'm going either Frimpong or Anderson. There you go. I've said it. FPL Chai is in the house. Mate, are you streaming? And if so, what time? We will throw and raid you. I guess you're going live at 4:30, Chai. If you want to come on here at any point before, we would very much welcome you. Jump in the call, Chai, straight away, says Ice G. What is all this Richarlison love? No. Oh, and by the way, Chai, have you seen the news? Vicario is having surgery and Kinski's going to be starting. We shouldn't be talking about Spurs attackers. We should be talking about Forest attackers. Kinski's going to play in goal. Get Gibbs White in your team. Get Igor Jesus in your team. Get Hudson-Odoi in your team. Oh, God. Chai's going to start captaining Richarlison, isn't he? Finally, on live, got all the chips. Not sure what strategy to go with. There are 2 big strategies. One is a wild card in 32. One is a wild card in 35, which would involve free hitting in the double. If you free wildcard in 32, you'll probably be free hitting in the blank in 34. Super chat coming in. Thank you very much for the love, Josh. Lucky got 11 out. Good job with 2 free transfers, but I'm tempted to Enzo to Wilson. What do you reckon? Love the content. You're the go. Josh, mate, that's too kind. I love the fact you got a dog as your profile picture. Another dog lover here. I like Enzo. I don't think I'd make that transfer, to be fair, if you've already got 11. I'd keep the transfers. Rolling transfers is so powerful. There is a lot of Wilson FOMO this week. You've gone without Wilson for this long. Like, is he a must-have? I don't think so. Does Wilson get more points than Enzo this week? Probably. But Enzo's a really good pick long-term too. Although he does have City next week. Wilson goes to Anfield in 32. Are you going to captain Wilson if you bring him in? If so, definitely make the move. If you think he's the best captaincy option this week, bring him in. I always say that. I'd be comfortable keeping Enzo though. I really would be. What do you think about bringing in Gordon? I bet Chai's not captaining Bruno. Let us know, Chai, who you're captaining. And did you go against Bruno last week like me and get stung? Would you think about bringing in Gordon for Semenyo? Yeah, I would. I'd probably sell Semenyo for Gordon for sure. Greetings from Sacramento. Love that. We don't get many watching from the US. Hey, Northern E9U. Are you lot in the US going to play the FIFA World Cup game this summer? Is it going to get loads of soccer fans interested in the World Cup by playing the fantasy game? And let me guys know, should I be doing fantasy content in the summer? I might do. I'm going to be playing the game. Please, Italy. They released their away kit today. Please make it through the playoffs. I can't go buy the away kit if we don't make it to the World Cup. So yeah, where in the world are you watching from? We've got Sacramento, California in the house. Where else in the world? And Chai is going to join at 4. What a legend. Love that, Chai. Link coming your way on WhatsApp right now. Boy, come on. Norway in the house. Where else? Come on. Give me some cities. Oh, is Vicario surgery after the game week? So he does play and Kinski doesn't play. Have I got that completely wrong? Wow. Norway, Bhutan, Cameroon. The Adidas away kits launched today are insane. Agreed. Dakar in Bangladesh. Love that. Singapore, Sydney. It's my first time of watching you live, enjoying it in Paris. Oh, mate, that is so cool. But go see Paris. Don't be watching me. Glasgow. Hope you do World Cup Fantasy. Good. That is the plan. Wow. From Kanye, Botswana. If you had said, where's Kanye? I wouldn't have guessed Botswana. I'd have said he's probably somewhere in California, isn't he, Kanye West? Thanks, very great. Content, Dublin, Groningen. Love that in the Netherlands. Thank you, Vissa. Sell O'Reilly to Chiao or Anderson. Oh, too long a question now, Bobby boy. I can't post all of that. Don't play 10. Play 11. Get to 11 if you can, guys. Get to 11. Sweden. From Sweden to Albania to Wexford. Love it. Kampala in Uganda. Awesome. Thanks, Colin, mate. Hope you're good in Kampala. Lagos, Bristol. Forget the F1. I want them to qualify for the World Cup. Middlesbrough, Norway, Bhutan, Pontypridd, Vietnam, Cork. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Aberdeen to India to Torquay to Kuala Lumpur. Yugoslavia. Is that Serbia or Montenegro? Yugoslavia is not a country anymore, is it? Cape Town, South Africa, my favorite city in the world. I love Cape Town. Gloucester in the house. Oh, Tibbs. Wow. Sounds in it. Right. What does Gianni do? I need Chai's input. 4 o'clock, guys. Don't go anywhere. FPL Chai will be joining us, and he's going to be probably inspiring us on a differential captain. I bet he's going Wilson captain. But also, he can help me with my absolute crisis at the back. What do I do, guys? What do I do? I say crisis. It's a solid team this week. But am I going Frimpong or Anderson for Mukiele or... Mukiele, is he playing? Wow, the questions on Mukiele. Bottom of the screen, guys. Late test. We don't know. It will have a late assessment. Our resident fan, Sunderland fan, says probably not. On Mukiele. Mackham. Do you know the name John Ballantyne? Top 1,000 for years. Huh? What do you mean? Top 1,000 what? I'm so confused. Don't know what that means, dude, but because you're a channel member, had to bring it up. That's the perks. That's the perks. Speaking of channel members, guys, let's give away 5 channel memberships today, shall we? I will give away 5 channel memberships to 5 of you. Randomly. All you've got to do to win a membership is you've got to have liked and subscribed. If you've done those 2 things, you've got a chance of winning a membership. So hit that subscribe button if you want to win a membership before the show is out. And all your comments get answered. Is yellow? Yeah, it's a 50-50 call. Croydon in Australia. Didn't know that was a place. Didn't know that was a place. Oh, I'm so tempted on Frimpong. I just know he's going to start. I'm so confident. Yeah, okay, the hernia is next week. So it isn't Kinski versus Forest. I'm so tempted. New member in the house. If you've got any questions, Silver always, come let us know. Just do it, dude. You're picking it's fun. Yeah, I know. But Anderson's also I really like. Anderson's been so good this season, by the way. So underrated for DEFCON as well. When he plays, he pretty much always gets 10 or very close to it. Anderson's last few games for DEFCON, 12, 11, 10, 9, 2, 11, 9, 8, 12, 12, 8, 12, 14, 7, 8, 15, 15, 30. Like, always there or thereabouts. 8% owned. I do think they've got a good chance. Didn't you learn from Ekatike? No, I didn't. South Africa, watching from Peru. Love it. Always rush my messages and then make no sense. John Pantine has been top 1,000 a few years. FPL, written for some of the big blog sites, and just happens to be who I'm chasing in my mini league. Oh, no way. Very cool. Egon says Igor. Yeah, sunny Glasgow. We say no ceiling, Ross, but he's had a lot of. When you look at his points, this ceiling feels all right. Like, he's had a 7, an 8, a 7, a 10, another 10. Like, he's had 2 10-pointers this season. Do you know how many 10-pointers Frimpong's had? Let's have a look. How many double-digit returns has Frimpong? Oh, look, Anderson's played more games. But how many double-digit returns? I'm going to say he's had 1, Frimpong. None. Frimpong's best score this season is 7. Join me on the Frimpong train. I have triple Liverpool with Sobosai Virgil. I think I'm going to go Anderson, guys. The problem with not playing 90 is he's never going to get bonus either, unless he scores or gets a clean sheet and no one else does. The benefit of not playing 90 is you get the early sub and you bank the clean sheet early, but you're never going to get DEFCON. He hasn't had DEFCON once this season. Anderson's got a real chance. I wouldn't play Anderson in 32, though. Wouldn't play Anderson in 32. He goes to Anfield. Like, he's not going to get points there, is he? But I do need to... Oh, I hate this game sometimes. Although I'm going to miss it. Guys, I'll do content in the break as well. Don't worry. I'll drop like a wildcard draft and my early thoughts straight away. If I'm buying Anderson, do I sell Mukiele or O'Reilly? Probably O'Reilly. It's just that Burnley game in 34 bugs me a little bit, but there's no guarantee of him starting now. Just it slightly worried me that O'Reilly didn't start that second leg. I was very surprised to see him bench that second leg against Real Madrid. Like, biggest game of the season so far, and you just kamikaze dropped him. Like, that's not fun. And you're like looking forward going, does he or doesn't he each week? I don't really want that. I don't really want to be sweating over team sheets every week. So, yeah. Will he be playing against Chelsea? Probably. But someone like a Mukiele, if fit, he's going to start. Like, game week 32, Mukiele is going to start. Sure. Game week 34, If Haaland has a fixture in 34, it will be against, if they lose to Liverpool, and they are favourites to beat Liverpool, the fixture in 34 for Man City is Burnley. That's why selling Haaland's dangerous for those on wildcard 35 strategy. Oh, wow. I've been to Stavanger in Norway. Go for Roofs instead of Dubravka for a tight idea. Go on. Yeah. Roofs isn't guaranteed to start, though. He's a big doubt, Roofs. I sense he probably will. I think with a goalkeeper, you're more likely to come in and play. I'm so tempted on Frimpong, though, but I've just got to be smart. The banking free transfers is more important to bank than free transfers. Most of the time, player will only get you 2 points anyway. It's a fair point, Rubber Ducky. Difference between risking 11, but I think points are on the table for a player like Anderson, and I also think there's a very good chance I don't wildcard till game week 35, Rubber Ducky. If I'm not wildcarding to 35, it's not just looking at a 1 week punt. If I was 1 week punting, I think Chow's a good punt too. But I'd go, I'm going to play you. Like, I'm not going to play you in 32, fine. And I'm probably not going to play you in 33 because I'll be on a free hit or I'll have wildcarded. But in 34, when you've got Aston Villa at home, I probably want to play Anderson. I'd be very happy playing Anderson that week. Sure, free transfers would be lovely. Or do you just play with 10? Hope. Look, it's not even with 10. Mukiele could play. As a Newcastle fan, I wouldn't expect a clean sheet. I get it, but Eddie Howe at home is different to Eddie Howe away. And Sunderland have been so poor in attack. I can't tell you how bad Sunderland have been in attack. Underlying data, eye test, injuries. I like Calvin Bassey. I prefer Anderson. I think there's a real chance here that there's a clean sheet. And Malik Chow's a real tempter. He's got the goal threat too. There's a bit of upside with Chow. There isn't really an upside with Anderson. Anderson doesn't really score goals. Problem with Anderson, if I bring him in for O'Reilly, is in game week 30. Well, we just don't know about the blanks yet, do we? We don't know about the landscape of blanks and doubles. It's risky. Dilemmas. I tell you what, though, Fulham versus Liverpool next week. Whilst you might not play an Anderson, you'll play a Wilson, won't you? You fancy Wilson against his old club. He's obviously a Boyard. He's a Scouser. He's a Liverpool fan. Guys, FPL Chai is going to be joining us in 10 to 15 minutes. Can't wait for that to speak to Chai on this channel. Guys, thank you for everyone just watching. I can see 20% of you aren't subscribed. Completely cool. But if I can convince you to do one thing today, if you've enjoyed this channel, you watched me before and you've liked it, or you like it now, or you've had your question answered or whatever, hit that subscribe button to massively help me out. And thank you for all those that have liked. Awesome to see that. You guys are legends. 650 odd of you watching. Like, that is so cool. Really appreciate you doing that. Right, let's get some more quickfire questions, shall we? Bringing Hall or Tete. Tete's not guaranteed to start. There's been a bit of a doubt there. Quick question. Michael Keane, will he start? We don't know because Tarkowski and Branthwaite could be back, but I think it's likely he does. Gordon versus Sunderland without Mukiele, Ballard and Rose. Is that better than Wilson? Possibly, but we don't know Sunderland are out without those players. We don't know. We're not going to find out. News on Mukiele, bottom of the screen. There will be a late call on Mukiele and it will come down to medical. It will be a late test on Mukiele. It's a 50-50. I'm tempted to listen to Rubber Ducky and go just risk playing with 10. But I have got 2 free transfers. And I think I'm going to be accumulating transfers in the next few weeks anyway if I don't wildcard. And if that's the case, I should probably bring in Anderson. I should probably just get to 11. Yeah, I think Mbermo starts. I know he came off early, but I fully expect him to start. Salah to Gordon. Yeah, don't mind that at all. Ekatike or Bowen for Haaland. Anyone please answer? Well, I'll give you that one. I'd go Ekatike just. What would be a hot defender? Mukiele, Anderson. Sorry, Chow, Anderson. Frimpong is super hot, but super risky. Oh, you've got to have big risk appetite there. Is it worth a hit to remove Mukiele? No, I probably wouldn't hit him. I'd chance it. But if you've got free transfers, think about removing him. Think about removing him. Captain Gordon, Palmer, or Bruno. Look, captaincy ranks for me is Bruno at 1. I am tempted on Wilson, but I don't think I'd go there. And then, yeah, I'd probably go Gordon too. Ooh, Frimpong. Look, Frimpong's going to start. Salah's out. He's going to play on the right wing. Anderson at home to Burnley. He's going to get DEFCON because Burnley always go long. Nick Parp starts? No, Ramsdale starts. Although he did concede 7 at the new camp, so maybe. So tough, but I think I'm gonna go Anderson in. I think I'm gonna go Anderson. And look, I might even wildcard 32. Wildcard 32 is not off the table. Do I think Gakpo? If I wildcard 32, I'm going to be annoyed that I went Anderson and not Mukiele. Just didn't give Mukiele the game. But if I'm playing for the long run, having Anderson till 35 would be quite nice. I'd play him in 34. Remember, in 34, Anderson plays, it's a home fixture, and I quite like him at the Cottage to Villa, who don't score many. So I'd probably risk that. I'd probably play him. But they've been scoring. Yeah, they have been scoring, to be fair. Yeah, sorry, it has turned into Mukiele. But look at the question straight away after you say that. FPL Red. Look at the first question. Mukiele question mark. Like everyone wants to know about Mukiele, and there is a quote at the bottom of the screen. He'll have a late assessment. All right, stop asking me about Mukiele already. Read the bottom of the screen. I don't know if he's going to start. It's a 50-50. We're not going to find out. You've got to risk it. Do you risk it or do you make a transfer? Look, that's on you. I wouldn't be taking a hit to make sure you get rid of him, but I'd probably cover him with someone else in your squad. And I think Mukiele's going to end up first on my bench. I think Anderson's going to come in. Hall or a second Fulham defender? I'd probably go Hall or Chow. I prefer Chow to Hall just. FPL Chai is going to join me, guys. If you want to join us, be cool if you fancy it. Love Chai. Bellum 7605 in the house. Welcome to all of our channel members and anyone else watching. We love you all very much. I'm going to give away 3 memberships today as well. Sorry, I'm reading 3. No, the word 3. I'm like Anchorman, whatever's on the auto cue I read. Giving away 5 channel memberships today. So to win a membership, if you are liked and you are subscribed, you have a chance of winning. Chow or Anderson? I think I'm going Anderson over Chow. just with that fixture in 34 in mind. Although it must be said, I might get away with not playing them in 34, but I think it makes sense to me to go Anderson. I don't think there's much in it. Newcastle do a very, look, the thing is about the double game week is I'm going to have used a chip by 33 on a wild card, or I'll be on free hit in 33. So I haven't got to think about the double with my transfers in mind. If you do have to think about it, or you're not using a chip in before or in 33, then Chow over Anderson for sure. Hey, Gianni, start Petrovic or Dubravka. What you thought? Look, I'll probably go Petrovic at home, just. I do expect United to score, but I definitely expect Fulham to score as well. And when we talk about goal scoring odds this week, Fulham have got the highest projected goals. Fulham have the highest projected goals. Burnley have the weakest, the lowest clean sheet odds. There's only 2% in it between Petrovic and Dubravka, but yeah. Jenny, I'm saying bench as you, but Mukiele and Roaston starting 11 with 2 free transfers. Yeah, I'd use one of them at least. You need a goalkeeper, don't you? Don't tell Roastos. Oh, it's tough. I'd try and get to 11. Don't bank on both those players playing. Question from FPL Discomfort. I really want to DCL to Richarlison with 1 free one free, and a defense of Gabriel Chalobah. Oh, wow. I think Tarko starts. Virgil van Dijk, Chalobah, Gabriel, and Virgil. I need to be sensible and bring a defender in. Yeah, mate. You know you need to bring a defender in. Depending on your chip strategy, it's Chow or Anderson. If you think you're wildcarding later like me in 35, oh my God, the question's on Mukiele. See the bottom of the screen right now. Right now, bottom of the screen. Mukiele will have a late assessment. We don't know. It's so 50-50. The amount of questions on Mukiele, wow. Honestly, every other question, I'm shocked. I guess a lot of my audience, higher than most, will own Mukiele because I've had Mukiele since game week 3 or 4. He's only 6% owned, but it feels like 50% of the chat own Mukiele. So I get it. Guys, do you own Mukiele? Just put a yes or a no right now in the chat. And I just want to see if it's more yeses or nos. It seems like 50-50 and absolutely no problem. Don't apologize for asking. It's just funny. I ask you questions. Of course, people are just joining. But I put it at the bottom of the screen because so many are asking me about it. We really don't know. It's a lot of yeses. Yeah, I thought it would be. Well, there's a lot of no's too, but wow. 6% owned, but it's maybe 40% on. It did till 10 minutes ago. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys, because a lot of the reasons you might own Mukiele is because you watch my content. So I really appreciate you. I bought him game week 3, maybe 4. I was a proper early adopter. And we had loads of points from him. We love Mukiele. We used to get Defcon. We don't get Defcon anymore because he's playing right back. But he does get some goals and assists at right back, it must be said. I'm going to be keeping Mukiele in my squad. I'm going to be selling O'Reilly, guys. Is O'Reilly out for Anderson or is O'Reilly out for Frimpong? FPL Discomfort. What do you make of my very differential call on Frimpong? I think he starts right wing, and I think he plays this Fulham game in 32. Reason being, it's Paris 3 days before we all play Gomez. Right. Talk punt on Richie or bring Chow instead. Yeah, just bring Chow, mate. Bring Chow in. 34 is good for bench boost, isn't it? We must have similar teams because 34 for me, well, it depends who blanks. We don't know. I've got Arsenal, so yeah. Dean's good. Yeah, he's going to come on the channel soon, I think. FPL Chai, though, speaking of coming on the channel, FPL Chai is going to be in the house very, very soon. Very soon. Minutes away. Yes, to Mayo NG. 86 points last week. Wow, played. Start Krupi or bring in Gordon with the last free transfer. Gordon. Best for that Chow for Mukiele replacements, or Anderson, or Frimpong if you really want to go. If you really want to go punty, I quite like the Frimpong risk, but I get it. For clean sheet odds this week, in terms of defenders, worth noting Fulham, Newcastle top of the charts, and I absolutely like Chow for goal threat too. Anderson comes with less upside, but he's very good for Defcon. Chow also good for Defcon, more upside. But Fulham better clean sheet odds slightly, and I just wonder after Barcelona if he goes and. If he played Dan Burn and Botman and out of nowhere Chow was dropped, would you be surprised? A little bit surprised, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Chow was dropped out of nowhere after conceding 7. Look who's here. Look. Oh, boy. How are you, mate?
Hello, everyone. Hope we're all well. I'm just wondering, Johnny, any update on Mukiele? We're back.
Do you know what? I get the question because everyone joining new, you're going to ask without doing your research, just going to ask. But it's so frustrating because I don't have one. And I really thought we were going to get one. We knew he was returning to training last week, and we've seen him arrive at training this week. He's probably trained for 4 or 5 days. He's probably okay, but he just didn't give anything away, the Sunderland manager. And it's like those 4 big names, they're going to be all at very different levels. Mukiele could be completely fit, and Ballard could be completely out. And the manager's just been coy on all 4 of them and said they're all going to have a late assessment. Behave. He knows some of them are ready and some of them aren't, but we're just not going to find out.
And they do need him. They definitely do need him. They've been struggling since. But yeah, I hope we're well, Johnny. I haven't seen you in ages. I'm sure we have a lot to chat about in the last half an hour. You're streaming until 4:30, yeah?
Yes. Are you going live at 4:30?
I am.
Great. Well, you stay with us till 25 past, and then we'll raid you bang on it on the minute you go live.
All right, enlighten me, Johnny. What do we have in front of us? Last time you were struggling on what exactly you wanted to do. This time around, how did you get on from that point? Actually, how was
at that point? I think we spoke, and I was about 120k, and I had the big thing of do I sell Rodgers or Sarr or Enzo or whatever? I can't remember. It was midfielders. I bought in Rayan and Stack, and I sold Enzo and Sarr. Rayan's been rubbish. Stack's been okay. Enzo, the week, I think, got an assist, and Sarr went and got a brace the week after I sold him. So Enzo and Sarr both got big returns, and Rayan and Stack have been pretty modest. But it got me to Thiago, which is why I made that triple move. And Rodgers, the guy you told me to keep, has been an absolute nightmare. To be fair, I've been benching him every week anyway. I just kept him with 31 in mind, as I'm guessing you've done.
Yeah, it's the only reason I fell onto him this long as well. Yeah, that was definitely a bad call. Villa have just been so off, and I know they've been poor, but to be that poor, I don't think I was expecting that. And considering the amount of minutes he's playing to get absolutely nothing out of him, I mean, he's been shocking. But this West Ham home fixture, I mean, it's good on paper at least. I just wonder, do you think Villa get top 5?
No. I really don't. Really? I don't. And they've still got European football as well. Like, they're now competing with teams like Chelsea who have dropped out of Europe, and we'll start seeing an increase in performance by Chelsea because they'll get free midweeks. Villa, they'll probably keep going on, won't they, with the Thursday night? So I don't expect them to get it. And I'm probably, if I don't wildcard till game week 35, I want to know your plans on chip strategy. But I'm thinking of a wildcard 35. I'll probably end up keeping Rodgers, which is mad. But it'll just be on the bench a lot, as I won't want to use transfers necessarily. But mate, let's talk chip strategy in a sec. What did you do with captaincy last week, and what are you doing captaincy this week? I went against BRUNO last week, which was bloody stupid. I went Ekatike for the 1 pointer. I didn't see the benching coming. Where did you go?
Yeah, I actually went with Haaland. Everyone and their mom seemed to be selling Haaland, so I was like, you know what? I think he's going to play this game. I also have Semenyo. Why not go and double down on it? And the decision making for me was there. Shame that Haaland is completely off it. Like, he was atrocious, I would say, for his standards. And I go into this game week and I'm actually holding on to him because Salah's of course out for this week, and I'm not in any rush to move to, for example, Cole Palmer or someone along those lines. And I've already wildcarded early, game week 24, I think it was. Yeah, and therefore,
no, I knew that. I knew that.
I'm playing the long term here, so I really don't mind holding on to him, especially if you consider the fact that there's potentially 2 double game weeks. I mean, that's enough reason for me to hold on to him, even if he is really poor.
Yeah, fair. All right, so this week captaincy, are you on BRUNO?
You know what? I didn't want to be on BRUNO this game week, but I don't have any other obvious option. And the second thing for me is I actually watched Bournemouth play against Burnley last week. And Bournemouth, there was this 15-minute spell where they were getting absolutely hammered. And United have been one of the best teams in terms of attacking this season. So I don't think I can look past it. You know how much I like BRUNO in general. And I actually, it is the obvious one, and for good reason.
Yeah, it's the roots to point. And they're just... Bournemouth, I don't know how they've got 3 clean sheets in 4 games. They've conceded 1 goal in 4, and everyone that's got Hill and Senesi are getting all these big points celebrating on Twitter. I don't want to see it. You've been so jammy. Like, I don't understand how Hill and Senesi have had all these clean sheets, and with it, they get bonus. And you're like, you've been conceding 2 XG every game. How are you keeping all these clean? At some point, they're going to get spanked, and United can do that. So, yeah, We're in
Yeah, in the
same.
reverse picture, and that's exactly what happened. Just a comment from Off Tangent. He says, "Is this Asian chap Malaysian or Singaporean?" Very close. My dad is actually Malay, and my mom is from Hong Kong. So great question. I'm
Wow.
Irish.
And
Yeah,
Hong
so
Kong
nice
to
little mix.
Singapore is just, you can travel between the two by like, people do that drive every day, don't they?
I've done
That's
it.
really close.
I've done it when I was 10. But yeah,
Wow.
no, it is pretty cool, and it's a nice mix. But yeah, Johnny, like I'm in a different position again. Like I said, like I go into this game week with 10 currently Shalaba to deal with, so 9. I've got
Right.
Krupi, so potentially 8. I don't own Wilson, and I have 3 free transfers. I feel
Oh,
like,
nice.
yeah, I feel like I'm going to make 2 moves. Quite up until this point, I've been very confident in what I was going to do, and in the last 2 hours, I think I've actually changed my mind. I really wanted to hold on to Semenyo for the same reason why I want to hold on to Haaland,
Yep.
but I just think maybe holding on to Enzo over Semenyo with the double game week in 33 potentially there, and the fixture this week, it might make a bit more sense. And bringing in
Knowing
Gordon,
you've not got a wild card either, I think
exactly.
keeping Enzo feels safe. Mate, I really like Enzo as a shout this week. And just in general, he's Chelsea's best player.
It doesn't make sense for me to get rid of him, and he's going to
No.
get the minutes with you guys out of Europe, and also like the defender I want to bring in for for Shalaba is Lewis Hall. I actually prefer Lewis Hall because the type of player he is. I got
Yep.
stung for it near enough to start of the season going Hall over Chell, but I don't regret it, and I'm actually happy to go and do it again. Like I just feel Hall is just such a good footballer. He's on corners.
He's England's best left back. I owned
Exactly.
him quite a lot last season in FPL, and I was gutted when Chelsea got rid. He's amazing. I just like Chiao's goal threat, but Hall obviously assist threat. Hall also gets DEFCON. Like I don't think many fullbacks match Hall for DEFCON. He's unbelievable for DEFCON as a fullback.
Exactly, and I like the fact that it's something a bit different as well. Like, I mean, I feel like a lot of people own Malik Chow. It'd be a nice way to differentiate, but there's not much in it for me. The other thing is, I'm surprised with the very little amount of people who are taking punts, considering that a lot are wildcarding in 32. Like, if this were me, like I would be looking at Slankies, Richarlisons, Sesco's, crazy shouts, because for one game week, I mean, what does it hurt to get a player who's going to get minutes? Do you know what I mean?
I was planning on the same. I always thought 31 will be my sort of couple of wacky picks because I was convinced 32 was going to be my wild card. Annoyingly, the way my transfers have gone, 32 looks fine. My team looks good. And again, I kind of want to go against the grain with chip strategy. The vast majority will wildcard in 32, and I might still, but there's every chance, and it's very likely I now free hit 33 and I wildcard in 35. And if I'm doing that, I've got to be, well, I can't have those 1 week punts. Got to go a bit more boring. But that's why I really like Frimpong this week. You've heard me speaking about Frimpong. I just fancy with these Liverpool fixtures, like Frimpong we know is going to start tomorrow. There's no Salah and there's no Gomez. So whether he's right back or right wing, he's going to start. He then plays Fulham in 32, 3 days after PSG. There's no way Frimpong starts in Paris, just like he didn't in Turkey against Galatasaray. You're going to play Gomez right back, Salah right wing. But because of that, I think he probably plays against Fulham. Like, again, that's at Anfield. I just think there's a high upside differential. Frimpong could be loads of fun. And if I was wildcarding next week, I'd probably bring him in. But the fact I probably need him later down the line, like game week 34 versus Palace, I just don't know if he's going to start or not, and it's too risky.
Yeah, I hear that. For me, just knowing his track record this season, it's enough to put me off. And Liverpool just been shaky. I mean, they kind of crumbled under Tottenham, and that is very telling.
Tottenham were always going to score, weren't they? You're watching that game going, they're going to get something late here.
And Carragher said it, throughout the whole second half. Like, I mean,
he did.
There was no surprise. Did you watch Tottenham versus Atletico? I know this is a tangent, but it will tie back in just a second.
No, I missed it. And I saw the result, obviously 3-2, and,
we were absolutely phenomenal. And it's very rare to see that. I mean, it was the best game I probably watched in about 2 years, I want to say, for Spurs. And, like, given our current state, and we go into probably our biggest game of Premier League history on Sunday because the magnitude of the game, but I'll actually go into that game with a decent bit of confidence. They get brought to extra time in the Europa League, and they end up winning the tie. Having the sub on a lot of their key players, we get an extra day's rest, and we have a good few players come back from injury after the break. I mean, whether that's Kudus and Vicario now getting surgery, but looks like he's available for Sunday.
Yeah, I got that wrong on Bakari. I thought if with Kinksky, that'd have been funny, just to
I wouldn't
Tottenham
be surprised
attackers.
if Kinski still play though. Like, I wonder will they start preparing
I
again?
must
This is
admit, when he went
severe.
off, I was like, "Are we going to see him again?"
Mm.
It was so like it's such a big call to bring him off when they did. I was like, maybe for the poor lad, we're just not going to see him this season.
I actually thought that there was a chance that he played at Atletico game during the week. Anyway, getting back to the FPL, Johnny, have you considered a Spurs defender? Now, I feel like this is less risky. I mean, Romero for the DEFCON, he has the attacking threat. I feel like he'll be fairly tame now because he knows he can't get sent off in the last 8 games, because if he does, season's over.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been looking at it personally.
I'm not going to lie, I haven't looked, but I do want to just consider it, because I do think at home to Forest, one thing Forest struggle to do is score goals. And this is a 6-pointer. I expect it to be quite cagey. I don't think this is going to be a basketball match end to end. I also need defenders that play in 34. And Spurs have Wolves in 34. Again, could be quite a low-scoring, cagey affair. So I understand the Romero punt. I'm not going to lie. I get it. And he is absolutely a goal threat. Like, would you go Romero over Van de Ven?
Oh, yeah, definitely. For me, anyway. Maybe for DEFCON. I think the question is Porro. For me, like, Porro is more likely to get a sub now with Adogi back. Adogi go left, Spence right, if it comes to it, especially if the game's getting a bit tighter, you know what I mean? You can probably rely on Spence a bit more defensively. So, yeah, I probably would go Romero over Van de Ven. For me, I feel like Van de Ven, in terms of a confidence as well, like, he's more inclined to drive with the ball, I feel, when he's confident. And I think we're not going to see that very much when Spurs are in this current state. So I think I prefer Romero.
Yeah, and looking at the DEFCON, Romero does out DEFCON Van de Ven most of the time. He is the guy that often goes for those aerial duels over centre-back partner. I mean,
funny things happen in blank game with Jenny, eh?
I know. I'm not sold on any defender. I was really hoping I'd get the green flag on Mukiele. I don't want to make a transfer here. Like, I've still got 2 frees though, so sure I can make one. But a green flag on, no flag on Mukiele, I would have just kept him. I don't expect huge points, but I'm happy just saving the transfer. There wasn't a defender I loved this week. Chow's fine, Anderson's fine, Romero is fine, but none of them really excite me, which is why I love the Frimpong shout. Because I'm like, if you're going to play front 3 for Liverpool, I'm happy to chance it. But I need this guy moving forward, because I do think I free hit in 33 and wildcard in 35 as things stand. What are you thinking with your chips? You've wildcarded. When are you looking to free hit? In the big double of 33 or the blanker 34?
I think I'll be in the blanket 34 again. I plan to hold 3 or 4 Arsenal or City guys going into 33, hopefully, or moving my team towards that. The reason I like that
you don't want to sell Semenyo then, do you?
Yeah, that's the thing. And also, I have the triple captain left. And if I'm not free at 33, I can triple captain with Arsenal and Burnley if it comes down to it. Or if I somehow can get to Cole Palmer. Again, the fixtures are not ideal by any means for any of the people doubling. But, I mean, I feel like that's the obvious time to use it. And to be honest, you wouldn't be surprised in the double game week for a player like Haaland to step up. When you times the minutes by 2 and they're on penalties, anything can happen, really. And how do you feel about the title race? I mean, it is pretty much over given how good Arsenal are. But what if City were to get a result in that game? Does that change anything? It probably puts a bit of pressure and makes it a bit more exciting.
Yeah, a little bit more. I was gutted City dropped points when they did last week, because I just felt like that momentum was shifting towards it's back in City's hands. They've got a game advantage. They still have Arsenal to play. And I thought that was really exciting for the league. But then the last couple of weeks, we've seen City drop points and Arsenal keep winning. It's like, okay, I think it's probably done. And I think for FPL, it might even be done in 37. And if it's done in 37, that's a shame as well. We want it to go down to the final day. And as Wazza says, he thinks it's over too. But let's see. City out of the Champions League now. I don't expect many points dropped. I really don't. We shouldn't underestimate the importance of playing in Europe versus not playing in Europe. And that's why I think Villa will struggle for top 5. They're still in Europe versus Chelsea, who aren't. That's why Man United have been so great, because they're catching up now. At the start of the season, they can manage the 2-3 games a week. Come February, March, April, they start playing midweek games. And then those that aren't, like Man United, you really see the difference. So, yeah, I think for me, City will improve, and I think they're going to have a very strong end. I don't see them dropping many points at all, but I don't see Arsenal dropping points either.
Yeah, exactly. And just lastly on Semenyo, it's weird because Doku and Savinho and everyone's pretty much back. And, Doku is a complete game changer. Sharky is starting to get more minutes because, he's just phenomenal. And Kieran's finger has slipped. He's brought in Richarlison. So that's someone who gets it. Like, for me, like, I
That's
think
for a
there
hit
is.
as well, I think.
Okay. That's a different story. But I think there is, the outside shout of Richarlison. Again, there's no certainty that Xavi starts this game. And for me, that gives Richarlison penalties for a period of time. I do think he'll take him over Tell, given the experience and the age and the type of character Richarlison is. So I don't think it's the worst shout ever. I feel like especially if you're wildcard next week, it's not the worst.
Yeah, okay, fine. Membership giveaways, guys. As soon as Chai goes, we'll give him a couple of minutes before we raid him. I'll then do the membership. So in the next 10 minutes. My finger slipped transferring Richarlison. Fair play. City win every game, says Mackham. Yeah, I hear that. I think it'll be close to. And yeah, he prioritised Richarlison over a defender. Just means he's short at the back. Chai, what would you do if you were me? You don't necessarily want a 1 week punt because you're not wildcarding in 32, or you don't think you are. Would you still go... Mukiele's probably going to stay. It's actually going to be O'Reilly I sell because I'm not going to play O'Reilly next week versus Chelsea in 32 away. And Mukiele's got Tottenham at home. I like that fixture for him. So I'll be selling O'Reilly to someone I need that plays in 34. Romero has Wolves. Anderson in 34 has Villa at home. But Chow probably won't have a fixture. So I'm not really considering Chow. Where would you go this week for a defender?
Yeah, I think that's really interesting that you're going for someone who's playing in 34. But isn't there a chance that Frimpong misses 34 if some permutations of events happen?
If Liverpool beat City, then Frimpong is a blank in 34.
And does that not put you off potentially going for Frimpong if that's what you're?
No, because if I went Frimpong, I've got exact funds to go. This is interesting, actually. I've got exact funds from Mukiele to Frimpong, so I'd keep O'Reilly, and so I'd have O'Reilly and Frimpong. I only need one of them to play in 34, and only one of them would blank because it's based on their FA Cup game. So one of them gets a double, one of them gets a blank.
And how are you feeling on Liverpool's defense in general? Like
I mean, they're rubbish. But...
the rubbish. His minutes aren't great. He's just back from injury. They're in Europe.
But we know he's playing front. He's very likely to play front three tomorrow.
Yeah, that is true.
And I just love it. It was a bit like O'Reilly and Virgil. Like I got 60 points from O'Reilly and Virgil on 2 consecutive weeks. So a 30 and a 30 from them both combined. And going into that 2-week window, everyone was selling O'Reilly because Aït-Nouri was back fit and back from AFCON. And everyone was saying Virgil's rubbish. Like they were 2 defenders no one owned, and it changed my season because I had unpopular picks. Then everyone went and bought Virgil, and it's different. But on their day, Liverpool can keep clean sheets. We've seen it in the Champions League against good opposition. They've kept cleans. I don't know. I also quite like the fact Frimpong gets a lot of 65, 70-minute subs. So he actually banks the clean sheet. And then they can see
the double.
Probably.
Genuinely, Romero would be near the top enough of my list, and it's so weird because it falls better for you than it falls for me, and I'm on a different path. But I don't know. It's just there's something about it, and it's so cagey now that I feel like every game that we go into versus these teams are going to be very tight games. Like I don't see any team rolling over us, or look, I can't say that yet because of how bad we've been, but I just feel given the magnitude of things now, like everyone's so frantic and no one's willing to take a risk.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you're watching 2 very high managers that quite have an appetite for risk, and some will say learn from last week. The Ekitike benching didn't feel like a risk last week. Ekitike, like people joke, like Gianni, you said, he absolutely will start, and I did. I said I'll eat my hat if he doesn't start. But an injured player is an injured player, and what people forget about that Ekitike benching was he would have started, but he missed training all week. He had an injury, which just wasn't reported. Those things we can't control. Of course, Frimpong is a big risk, but are you telling me in a week where Gomez isn't fit to start, the manager's told us, Salah's definitely not featuring, the manager's told us, you're telling me Frimpong doesn't start? Of course he does. So sometimes you've got to widen your pool of players you're looking at. This shouldn't be a week where everyone is only buying Harry Wilson or Anthony Gordon. Other players exist. This is a game of hundreds of players. Be a little bit creative. Those that win FPL, those that have the best ranks, yeah, a lot of them are safe. And safety gets you often a very good rank. But those that often have the most fun playing FPL and that often go on to have I've won FPL type ranks, like our friend Ali Hangarov, like Chai, who's been at world number 1. Is that right, Chai, or 2?
Two, unfortunately.
2. We'll say 1. Why let the truth get in the way of a good story? They play differently. And we shouldn't play FPL to get good ranks. We should play FPL to win. Now, winning is impossible for me this season. But come game week 1 next season, I will still be playing to win. That's just how I play FPL. And that's just in my DNA. So game week 31, when I'm at 220k, I'm still going to play with that attitude and that mentality because that's how I enjoy the game. So, yeah, I haven't learned from TK minutes. And I probably never will.
Yeah, you're having a phenomenal season this time
I was
around,
at 120k, mate, when we last spoke. And then I've had 2 big reds.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you know?
220.
Oh, 220. I might catch you, I'm going to be on your tail every week. I'm going to be coming on here and be up your ass. But no, like I agree. And I'm just going over that Frimpong transfer. I'm just looking at your defense. 2 Liverpool defenders, Harry Maguire, O'Reilly, who's might be down on minutes, and Gabriel. I don't know, man. I do love the move, but there's also a 2-week. Is it 2-week international break after this? So
yeah, man. I think it might be 3. I think it's 3. Wait, what are we going to do for 3 weeks?
Going Frimpong. Like a lot can happen in that time for Liverpool players coming back, whatever. But I'm not going to push you off it. Like that's a very me type move as well. Like if I had the luxury and I had the transfers and I knew what path I wanted to take, like if you know you're happy to, free hit in the double, for example, and you're committed to a 35 wildcard, then by all means, I mean, it's not going to hurt you to do something different with one player for 4 weeks.
Yeah, I know. It's really tempted. I just love the fact that 32 fixture where I would play him is against Fulham at Anfield. It's 3 days after Paris. There's no way you can play Frimpong in PSG at right back, like against Kvaratskhelia. You're going to play Gomez, surely. Like you didn't play Frimpong in Turkey. Anyway, yeah. Is Mukiele going to play? The questions continue on Mukiele. Bottom of the screen, guys. Big doubt. We don't know. Late fitness test. There we go. Gianni, I've had enough fun recently with 3 reds on the trot. Bought in Salah and captained him. Oh, man, that hurts. Let's go back to my team. I'm probably selling O'Reilly to either Anderson, which will be my safe bet. Romero, I'll look at off the back of Chai's recommendation. And Frimpong still in my head. It's going to be one of those 3. And I'll write an article and post my team on Patreon, which will be free, guys. I've started a Patreon, but all my articles at the minute are free. And all my videos on there are free. If you want to join it, scan the QR code or click the link below. I will post that before the deadline in the next few hours, a written article and a screenshot of my team on Patreon. It's completely free to view. All my members only video on YouTube go on Patreon as well. So loads of benefits to signing up to my Patreon when it's free now. Mukiele, any update? I can't even answer that. See the bottom of the screen. Mukiele, calf, will have a late assessment. Mate, how are you feeling about your move?
Yeah, so I'm going to say now, as of this stream, I'm looking at bringing in Hall for Chalobah, maybe holding on to Timber and bringing in Gordon for Semenyo. I think that's where I'm currently at, and I'm happy to do that. Look, I'm going to have potentially, hopefully, both of them doubling 33. Again, I've used my wild card, so I'm going to do something a bit different, and I do feel like there is significant upside with the 2 Newcastle guys. They've been really poor in the league so far this season, but still feel like in a game like this and throw them into a double, like I'm quite confident knowing them. So I think that's the route I'm going to take, Gianni. I'm actually going to leave you on that Romero thought so you can have time to ponder and give away your memberships. But thank you as usual for having me, and I'll see some of you on my own channel.
Yeah, mate, we look forward to doing that. I'll answer all the Mukiele questions that are still coming in. And yeah, mate, we will see you in 6 minutes on your channel. So guys, stay with me for the time being. In 6 minutes time, Chai is going to be streaming on his channel, and you've got to go and support FPL Chai. Search FPL Chai on YouTube to find his channel. We'll also put the link in the comments. And yeah, mate, thank you so much. Good luck this game week. And we look forward to watching your deadline stream. I'll be watching to see what decisions you make. As always, you'll be going against the grain.
Good luck, guys.
See you, mate. Guys, so let's stay with me for the next 5 minutes, and then we will raid Chai. Think about what we might want to raid him with. We got to raid him with something saucy message, haven't we? It's like, I don't know, Captain Differential, you know you want to. I don't know, something. You can do better than that. Final thoughts on captaincy for me. I'm going to be going Bruno, I think. One thing I can't tell you right now is if I end up going Frimpong or Anderson or Romero. But I will write an article on my Patreon, and I promise you that will go up today. Probably around 5:30 with notice. And I'll lock in my team. And that Patreon, guys, isn't going to be free forever, but sign up now. This season, we're going to keep it free. Scan the QR code or click the link. I just want you to see my content on there. Captain Mukiele. I just read more quotes on Mukiele. He said, Labrie, the manager, said, if I play Nordy and picks up another dock, season's over. Personally, I don't think he plays. Doesn't sound great, does it? And he did allude to that in the original quotes you sent. It's like, oh, we can spend the rest of the international break making sure we reassess. So you've got to be careful. He's on the edge of bringing Richarlison. Raid has to be pigeon in. Pigeon in. I like that. That's absolutely going to be our raid. So look, guys, we're going to give away 5 channel memberships any minute now. In the next 30 seconds, 5 of you will win a channel membership. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button and like, and then spam the chat. Spam the chat all you want. Anything in the chat, YouTube gives it to 5 chat members, 5 people that have said something in the chat. So in the next 25 seconds, 5 of you will win a channel membership. Go, 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 go. If you want to be in with a shot to win, just spam. Spam away. Give me the membership. I don't get to choose who gets it. It does go to people randomly. And it's on your chat activity and the fact that you've liked and subscribed. So make sure you do those things. Spam away, team. Thank you all for watching as well. The last couple of hours we've done, haven't we? Awesome. In the next 10 seconds or so, spam away. Remember, you've got a like, sub, and you can possibly win a channel membership where there's extra content. But all that content, guys, does go on my Patreon for free. All those extra videos you get as a channel member on my Patreon. Just FYI. Who won them then? Who won them? It's moving too fast for me to see. Moving too fast. Now, where's FPL Chai at? Want to make sure we're raiding Chai, don't we? Oh, he's close to 10k subs as well. Congratulations. Can Gordon be benched? Unlikely, but of course he can be, because how does this? I'd think Gordon starts in the derby, though, as the number 9. But of course, Visser and Voltemada exist as number 9 options. Yeah, I think I'll probably end up on Anderson over Frimpong and Romero. Let's see where I'm at. Loving all your comments, guys. What are Romero's clean sheet odds? Let's have a look. Spurs, they're pretty high, 27, over 42, though. I do think Fulham keep a clean sheet to Burnley. I fancy them to dominate that football match. Chai's not live yet, guys, so stay with me. And as soon as he's live, we'll go to him. Want to make sure we're not missing out as soon as he's live. So give him 90 seconds or so, and then we will go over and we'll raid him. Let's see his reaction to the pigeon. Go with the pigeon. Come on, Brighton. Members' questions still coming in. Hi, Johnny. What do you think? And Burmo out because of his form for Vit? No, keep him Burmo. And I think he starts. And Burmo's still a great option this week. Brighton do concede chances. Don't be selling a Burmo, guys. I don't like that move. I love going to play number 9. So yeah, I personally don't think it's his best position anyway. Oh, we hit 350. Nice one, guys. Thank you all for hitting those like buttons. Got a fair few of you have subbed today as well. So hello to all the new subscribers. Thank you for your support. Look, guys, Sunday morning, Sunday debrief. If you haven't watched a Sunday debrief, by the way, Dean Jones just said he's buying Richie. No way, Maliki. On what platform did he say that? Does City have a double game week in 32? No. They don't, and they're not going to get one either. They could double in 33, but not 32 anymore because it's Palace. And Palace can't double in 32. There's no space in the fixture for them. If Palace had lost last night, there'd be a chance they double in 32. That did not happen. Guys, stay with us. I'm waiting for Chai to go live. As soon as he's live, we will raid. Come on, Chai. Where are you, mate? When Chai goes live, what are we going to raid him with? We're going to raid him with something. Oh, and his WhatsApp on free hit. Love that. Sunday debrief start at 3 a.m. here. Wow. You can always watch on catch up the Sunday debrief. 6:30 a.m. Remember, 8:30 a.m. UK time. We go live. Oh, the clock's changed though. That's going to sting a few people, isn't it? Welbeck captain's mad. I don't think I like that. Come on, Shy. I said to Chai, hurry up. I don't want to raid to a blank screen. He's coming any minute. Oh, good luck this game week, guys. I mean, it's going to be quite a low scoring one, isn't it? And look, we're not waiting on team news today. Remember, there's nothing big in terms of news. Oh, he's live. All right, what are we going to say? Bring in the pigeon. Let's raid Chai, guys. I'm going to say goodbye. Yes, you won a membership. If you got a logo by your name, you won a membership. Congrats. Extra videos in the international break coming up. So let's raid Chai. I'm going to go, guys. Thank you all for the love. Thank you to all my channel members. Did I see your super chat? No way. Have I missed a super chat? Was it this? Hang on. What was the super chat? Move with Mike. Yes, here it is. No wildcard, only 10 players, including Keane. Use both 2, 3. Yeah, I'd use them both. Just in case Keane doesn't play, you still get to 11. Just don't be selling with no wildcard. Be careful selling Arsenal and City. If you've got to sell Arsenal City, maybe go with 10 and keep your Arsenal City, or get to 11 and sell one of them. But be careful because both teams could double in 33. So I wouldn't be selling City and Arsenal without a wildcard, just like Chai. Guys, let's go raid him. Raid him with the pigeon. Bring in the pigeon. That's his thing. See you on Sunday morning on the debrief. See you guys. Bye-bye.